What's up, guys? Welcome back to Keto Rewind. Thanks for clicking on today's video. Today's video is going to be talking about the protein sparing modified fasting and pretty much my month-long review. Fortunately though, I started this a whole week earlier so that I would be like a step ahead while we were talking about things. So I wanted to make a video about my thoughts, basically a conclusion, the positives, the negatives, and also being that I came up to New Hampshire week 4 of 5, so I was able to grab my dad and get him to do it with me for about another week and a half, 2-ish weeks, basically the remainder of the challenge, and get his thoughts on the whole process, being that he's also an experienced, or not, an experienced intermittent faster, extended faster, alternate day fasting, that kind of thing. So he's done fasting in general, and this is a new fast version for him. What's his thoughts? So you don't just hear my point of view. But before we get into that, I want to give a huge thank you to Thrive Market for sponsoring this video. More on that coming up later. Like I told you a million times now, I'm up in the woods in the middle of New Hampshire, and the post office does not deliver down our private road. We have to have a post office box. The only carriers that will deliver to our address here at the lake is FedEx or UPS. So, and sometimes if we're lucky, DHL. So being that we're on a private road, it just makes it that much more difficult to try and order stuff online. Even going to the grocery store is a challenge. So being that we are a solid 30 to 45 minutes away from town. So shopping on Thrive Market makes it pretty darn simple and easy when you're living kind of in the wilderness here, when you're living outside of civilization. So anyways, let's talk about the protein sparing modified fast. Now, I'm going to give my recap first, and then we'll do Dad next. Okay, so the protein sparing modified fast. Let's talk about the positives first, and then we'll talk about the negatives. Because the positives significantly outweigh the negatives. Now, first of all, protein sparing modified fast, Cliff Notes, is basically a very low fat carnivore diet. It's basically fasting while sparing your lean mass, that kind of thing, where it's targeting fat, and it's a tool, it's not a lifestyle. So now let's get into, after my 5 weeks, my results. So my number one result, I should say, or my most favorite result from the protein sparing modified fasting is weight loss. I had been very unfocused. I had been struggling with a lot of different things, from cravings to stresses to just not getting my head in it. I was on a plateau that I wasn't pushing through. I just needed something to just give me that little extra nudge to get me going. And I am so thankful my viewers had commented on my video to check out this protein sparing modified fast. So I absolutely am through the roof happy with the weight loss. Obviously it's a tool, it's not a lifestyle. I could not maintain this for the rest of my life, but I will always use this as a tool to get to my goals. I don't think there's a time limit and when it would become ineffective or whatnot. I feel like you would use it when you needed it, when you just needed a kick in the butt to get going again, to jumpstart, to push through a plateau, to get to your goal weight. I'm 20 pounds away. I need to get there, and I'm going to use this tool to get there. So number one reason is weight loss. Now, I started this challenge off with the Keto Rewind community 1 week before the monthly challenge started. So I had 5 weeks, and I started the challenge off at 215 pounds, and I am now 198 pounds. So mainly, that was a huge weight loss to do in a month. I haven't pulled a number like that in ages. So number one, weight loss. Number two would be, it helped me overcome binging. Being so restricted and tough on myself for like the past 2.5 years, I created habits that I really didn't have before. I was clearly always unhealthy back in my morbidly obese days, very unhealthy. But I never binged in the way that I binge now. I just ate a lot all the time. So now I'd be really, really, really good, and then I'd have a horrible weekend or a week or something. I just wouldn't be able to stop myself. And it was because I was being so restricted and put in this box that I couldn't stop when I let up on the gas pedal. So the whole concept of fasting, you do feel a lot more hunger when you're doing intermittent fasting, extended fasting. You know, it's more of a mental hunger. You're not actually hungry. But with the protein sparing modified fasting approach, you are still eating protein, super high amount of protein, and you do not feel the hunger. So instead of having 2 meals a day on a keto day or on an intermittent fasting day, I'm having 3 meals a day. So I'm spreading it out in order to get roughly 50 grams of protein per meal in. This way, I mean, I couldn't do that all in one meal. I could barely get that in one meal. So that's another thing. Your portion sizes are enormous because it takes a lot to get to 50 grams of protein. So if you want something where you're chewing a lot, where you're feeling like you're eating, you have that full and satiating feeling, the protein sparing modified fast is seriously for you. I hadn't felt that, and that leads me to point 3. I didn't feel hunger. Being that I was eating so much in my head, even though such an insignificant amount of calories, it was around 900 calories, 950 calories or something. Being that I was eating that little, I was feeling like I had Thanksgiving dinner every time I ate. It was so filling. So I didn't really ever have hunger in the past 5 weeks. So when I didn't have hunger on my brain, I was less likely to binge because I was so full. It kind of like, I couldn't eat anymore. So I couldn't binge. I couldn't cheat. I couldn't do all the things that self-sabotage. So that was huge. And for somebody who's overcoming that, and that was crazy. So I'm super happy about that. So, and that also tends to lead me in the direction, once I get to my goal weight, I'm going to have a very high protein focused diet when I get to my goal weight to maintain, because this way I'm feeling full. I'm not going back into old cheap behaviors where you have like a handful of goldfish and it's all sugar, hardly any calories, but it's all sugar and it's unfulfilling, and you know, I just want it mentally. It's not something that's feeding my body. So that's like one of the things that's really pointed me in the right direction. What do I do when I get to my goal weight? Well, I'm kind of carving out that plan little by little by little. So the 4th thing would be, it was easy, very repetitive foods. So it was very easy knowing that my breakfast was the protein sparing bread that I'd cut up, and I had a quarter of the serving of that loaf. And then I would spread PB2 that's been mixed with water. So I made like a creamy peanut butter. That was breakfast. Lunch, I'd have that bread with some sliced lunch meat, or maybe just some sliced lunch meat dipped in mustard, you know. Dinner was a chicken breast, you know, a very lean cut of protein. And it was mostly chicken, mostly turkey, some like a sirloin or top round smoked meat that was very, very lean cut of meat. So, and then lots of asparagus and lots of English cucumbers. So that was what I've been doing. And it was like effortless to think through, what do I need for dinner? What am I going to make for dinner? Well, I'm having asparagus tonight. I'm having English cucumbers as my side. So it took the whole stress of meal planning out of the question, because once I figured out what foods to eat, it was just like, do, this is what we're having. And it made it so easy and mindless. So if you're looking for something, it's repetitive, but you literally have no thought process. It's that simple. You know, it's just, there's a very minimal amount of foods you can eat on a protein sparing modified fast. It pretty much cuts out anything with fat in it, anything with sugar in it. You're only looking at protein that's left. So it was easy to do in that regard, that's what you could eat, you know? So let's talk about some of the negatives. Negative wise was, on that same point, very repetitive, very tedious. So if you want a huge variety of foods, this is not for you. This is literally a tool that you use, and once you nail what foods you like and all that, you just have the same foods over and over again. It takes that, you know, the variety out. So that's another reason why it's just a tool. It's not a lifestyle, because it's very restrictive. So being that I was eating the same foods all the time, I didn't get sick of them, but my dad was only doing it for like a week and a half, and he got sick of it real quick. He was like, no more chicken, you know? So he was calling like the protein sparing bread a mattress. He gets to eat a mattress for breakfast, you know? So if you want a wide variety of foods and all that stuff, this is not the time to have that. This is a real targeted approach. So the second thing would be time consuming. I had to make sure to prepare all my foods. You can't go to any restaurant and find something that's protein sparing, because even if you ordered a hamburger out at a fast food joint, it's not going to be nearly enough meat, and it's going to have too fatty of a cut. So I literally have been cooking for ourselves for the past 5 weeks, minus the 2 days that we drove up here. I ate out one time, and that was Subway. And that's because we were on the road traveling. But I had brought the protein sparing bread, made my own sandwiches, you know, that kind of thing. So that was just really cool and really sucky at the same time. So I had to make time to cook, and if I didn't do that, I was not going to stay on track. So finding that time to prepare your chicken by grilling it, or, you know, grilling a bunch of chicken at once so you have lunch and dinner, you know, and making all the protein sparing bread, because myself, Kyle, and my dad were doing it. I was almost making a batch of that bread every single day. So it was a lot of work, but possible, doable. If you weren't feeding 3 people on it, you would be not having to cook quite so much. You could, bigger families, we just can't do that. So, so basically time consuming, not very flexible on what you can eat. So you're eating the same stuff, or tedious. So that was my main negatives, I could say. But they weren't bad negatives. I could think of a million other reasons that other diets didn't work, and, you know, so I think that even the negatives were almost positives, because it still kept me on track. So overall, would I do it again? Yes, 2 thumbs up, definitely. This is something that I'm going to probably use until I hit my goal weight. And that's because it's simple, it's mindless, it works, and it helped me fend off my emotional issues that I was feeling and getting me to a better place. So for the past 5 weeks, I couldn't turn to food every single time I got stressed. I couldn't turn to food every time I was happy. I couldn't turn to food every time I was upset. Because I was 1, too full to eat anything, and 2, it forced me to do other things than eat. So that was something that is wonderful. And for someone who's an overeater, a sugar addict, a carboholic, a binge eater, you know, someone who's formerly morbidly obese, this is all music to my ears. I needed something to get me on track. And I honestly believe this tool was my ace in the hole, you know. So I'm going to continue doing the protein sparing modified fasting until I am at my goal weight, for sure. And then once I hit my goal weight, we're going to switch to a reverse diet. So that's the main plan going forward for these last 20 pounds. So anyways, let me go get my dad's thoughts on this whole thing. All right, so what are your thoughts on the protein sparing modified fast that I've been making you do for the past week and a half?
Well, the protein bread is fills you up, and it tires out your jaw.
What's your nickname for it?
It's like eating a mattress.
I don't think so. I think it's pretty good, but he calls it eating his mattress, daily mattress.
It is good, but there's a lot of chewing involved.
I'll insert a picture right here.
But other than that, I'm not hungry at all. So it makes it easy to do the fast and still get the chewing sensation and stay full.
Yeah. What would you consider this versus a intermittent fasting day where you didn't eat at all, or just a fasting day in general? What did you find?
Until you get geared up into alternate day fasting, where you don't even have to think about it, you're not hungry. That takes some time. This is a good way to bridge that gap. Do this for a little while, kind of get your mind into I'm not going to eat anything today, and then.
So using it as a stepping stone, like
yes.
Do this first before diving into like a full day of fasting,
right.
And get yourself conditioned into that, and then take the next step where like it's a full day fast. That's
right.
a good idea. I didn't think of it that way.
Yep. So I like both ways. It's nice not to have the fullness that you get with the mattress. I mean
The mattress.
the egg bread, but it's very good.
We'll be eating dinner together, and then we both have like half a chicken to go. And I look at him, and he looks at me. It's like I don't want to finish it. It's too much. It's like it's an interesting feeling. It's like it tastes good, but it's just so much that it's just hard to like eat it all, even though it's around 950 calories. So it's a weird feeling knowing that you're eating so few calories yet feeling so full.
That's right.
And on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely would you do it with me again? First question.
I would do it with you again.
Yes. And 2, would you do it with me for the next month too?
Yes, I do.
You don't have to do an honest answer.
I would. But I might want to mix in some days that I don't eat anything into the mix just to see how that affects my weight loss.
Mm-hmm. So with that being said, your goals don't work unless you do challenge for the month of July, that you basically take what you are doing, that you're doing the best with, and find that combination. It's going to be unique to you. He may like to do a combination of protein-sparing modified fasting plus traditional fasting day to get his maximum results, where I may just want to continue doing the alternate day fasting with the protein-sparing modified fasting only. So
because that's working good for you.
Because that's working awesome for me. I mean, 17 pounds in a month. I mean, or I should say 5 weeks is phenomenal. So, and that gets me really close to my goal if I keep up with it. So basically what we're trying to say here is your goals only work if you do, and you got to pick what works best for you. So any final thoughts?
And congratulations on Wonderland.
I am, that's right. We're getting him there. Remember last time I had him doing the fasting challenges with us, I think you got down to like 209 or something like that. So we're going to get him in Wonderland. We have yet to do that, but we're going to do it. So everybody give Dad a cheer to get to Wonderland.
No ice cream this summer.
I tell you, I came to town, he's going to look this wide by the time I leave. Alrighty, so let's go through my order from Thrive. Thrive Market is not just a food-based grocery market. They also have home goods stuff, cleaning products, makeup and beauty, kid things, pets, not just the standard food-based grocery store. So that's one cool thing about an online grocery store that really encompasses everything and also fits within my lifestyle. So obviously all the packaging is recyclable. That is very, they're conscious about the materials they use to package the orders up. So let's start off with my first item. So I have I love the Thrive Market brand. It's like buying the store brand. I've never used this before, but I like the price. I like that it has kind of cleaner ingredients. So being that we live on a lake, we have a septic, we have a well, we're very conscious of cleaning supplies. So the Thrive Market brand has a non-toxic all-purpose cleaner. So hey, that's what I'm going to use to wipe down my counters and clean things. So I'll give you a review on it, but it grabbed my attention being that it was non-toxic. So that's something we do here at the lake. Pizza sauce. I've been making the protein-sparing modified crust a lot, pizza crust. I will make that on this channel probably on a keto day. But I've been using the Thrive Market brand of organic tomato sauce. Delicious, no sugar added, clean ingredients, keto approved or keto friendly. Being that I'm at camp, I don't really want to make stuff quite as much. I want to spend some time enjoying the water. So I do have my own ketchup, like a sugar-free ketchup. But when I am on the lake time, we're going to use store-bought. So the Primal Kitchen organic unsweetened ketchup is delicious and a nice, easy to use, kid approved as well, condiment for ketchup. Primal Kitchen tomato sauce for the pizza, and when I'm making like stuffed peppers or some type of dish or Italian dish that needs sauce, I've been using the regular marinara. But I've used both on the pizza. They both taste great. However, this one tastes amazing on the pizza. This one grabbed my attention when I was in Texas, and I didn't get a chance to eat this one before we left for New Hampshire. So I bought it again hoping that it's good. But yellow curry. I love Thai food. So this one is a coconut curry, yellow curry. So I was just going to use this sauce with some sauteed vegetables and some riced cauliflower and make it a real simple evening dinner from when we're coming up from the lake and we don't want to do something fancy. So we're going to give it a try. No idea if it's any good, but the reviews all said it was good. And that's one cool thing about Thrive Market is if you are new to like a lifestyle or a diet, and you want to see reviews on things, well, then you can actually read reviews. In a grocery store, like Kroger or something like that, you can't read reviews when you're shopping. So that's one real cool perk about Thrive Market is you can read the reviews. So this is my second marinara. Being that we're in the woods, it's just nice to have stuff on hand. So I did buy 2 of those. And also, a lot of these things are significantly cheaper, especially here at the lake, than they are at home on thrivemarket.com. So another selling feature or another reason why I love Thrive so much. And I guess it's been a year now since I signed up as a member. Last summer, my mom has been using Thrive since they were literally founded, and she's because of living here and trying to get access to good prices on the stuff that she uses. So she talked me into it last year. So I've been using Thrive for over a year now. This one I've not tried yet. It's the spicy ketchup, spicy unsweetened ketchup. I love heat on things, so I got that one to give a test on some burgers or chicken. Okay, and we have a Green Goddess dressing and marinade by Thrive Market. Let's see if I can get that to focus. A Green Goddess dressing and marinade by Thrive Market. This one has coconut oil as the oil. So I was like, sold, let's try it. So, and then I liked the ingredients. So we're gonna give this a try in some salads or dipping for some veggies. And the review on that one was fantastic. So lots of people loved it. So I said, add to cart. All right, since I started up a new kitchen, 6 weeks, I'm here for 6 weeks. I went ahead and grabbed some coconut amigos for my stir fries. And it's the Thrive Market brand. Now remember, I love the store brand. It's usually even cheaper. So like, hey, it's all about the bottom line here. Staying on track, staying under budget, that kind of thing. So next up we have another pizza sauce. I'm not gonna go ahead and open that just to save money. I'm gonna save time, but it's the pizza sauce. So I got 2 of those because I feed a lot of people here. We, at minimum, have 6 people, but there could be up to 14 people here at any given time. So that's why I buy lots. There's always a crowd here. Another pizza sauce. Apparently I ordered 3 of those. Next up we have coconut milk. This is just what I use to make my Asian type dishes that require either heavy cream or you can swap with coconut milk. So I got 2 of those for my upcoming, curry dishes or stir fries kind of thing. I have yet to find this brand up here in the local stores, and it's really rescued my hair. Additionally, the well water here and the lake water rescued my hair from the very yucky water in Texas that comes out of our faucets. Here it's just pure mountain water. So I went ahead and ordered these up ahead of time, so when I'm out, I will be able to have this in stock. Because I swear by the Acure Wave and Curl shampoo. So it's my go-to these days. This is what I've been using for my hair. Everybody seems to like my hair lately, and that's what I've been doing. Avocado oil spray. Can't tell you how many times I need a spray when I'm spraying something. Avocado oil, and it's the Thrive Market brand. And you guys know how much I love Taco Tuesday. And knowing that we are on lake time here, so I went ahead and grabbed 4 packages of taco seasoning. This one is tried and true, gluten-free, sugar-free, delicious. And it tastes just like you would think a taco mix should taste. So that one, again, Thrive Market all around. I brought my almond flour up because I went to Costco before we left Texas. But I like to use coconut flour in lots of stuff. So again, Thrive Market brand, coconut flour. Again, you know, I'm on a curry kick. So I have a red curry and a Penang curry. So that's what I got to go with the coconut milk. And these make for such delicious and flavorful dishes. If you are not a fan, you've got to try it. Don't be afraid of curry. It's a great seasoning. And it has a load of health benefits. And then, you know, you've seen this one several times. This is for Kyle. This is his like one thing that he loves. These are gluten-free. They are not keto, but he rides his bike a gazillion miles around the lake, so he gets to have the extras. But creamy peanut butter pretzels. So those ones are not for me. Those are only for Kyle. And that completes my order for Thrive. So upcoming videos that you're going to see is going to be, actually you can even vote, the Penang curry, which is like a peanut curry, or a red curry or yellow curry dish. So comment below which one you want me to make on the channel. So anyways, let's get back to the video. So that's my thoughts on the protein sparing modified fast. The number one reason I loved it is a tremendous amount of weight loss. Wonderful. At this point in my game, so close to my goal weight, to pull that kind of weight loss is awesome. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to use the Thrive Market link below and sign up for a Thrive membership. I'm Jess, and this is my dad, and you're watching Keto Rewind. Bye-bye.
Bye.